Live from Lumberjillville, USA, it's Bing Bong The Night Show starring Mayor Aaron, co-mayor Alexa, and music by Robo Tamina. Now get up, clap your hands, and enjoy the show. Take it away, Mayor Aaron!
Thank you, and welcome to the debut episode of the Bing Bong Tonight Show. Now, I have a very special episode tonight, a Bayley Bration, if you will, and we will end tonight with a review of Basic 121 Bayley. But before we get to that, we're going to have a special guest. Now, some people might be thinking, hey, isn't the Bing Bong Goodnight Show a ripoff of the Ding Dong Hello Show? But you know what? Just consider us the B Show. Get it? Because the B's replaced the D's. So, have you seen the repaints of AEW Unrivaled Series 1B? I was a little disappointed when I found out that they didn't repaint Brandy into an actual women's wrestler. Yeah, so I don't think this monologue's working, so let's just cut to commercial. Oh, hi there. Mayor Aaron here. Do you support women's wrestling? Do you want to support these women's wrestling figures and get the word out there to the collecting community just how awesome they are? Well, make sure to hit subscribe below to become a resident of Lumberjillville. See, I pre-order and pay overnight shipping for all future women's wrestling figures. That way I can get the review out ASAP and maybe help y'all make a decision on whether to buy the figure or not. But if you want to tune in just to see the figure or maybe be entertained, make sure to hit subscribe and become a resident today. Have a good night, y'all. And welcome back. So tonight we have a very special guest for this inaugural episode of the Bing Bong Goodnight Show. So who better than my other half, my tag team partner, the other person that runs Lumberjillville with me. Everyone give a round of applause for co-mayor Alexa. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? God, co-mayor Alexa, is that you? I barely even recognize you. What did you do?
I've gone and customed myself to be what I want to be.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm a little shaken up and thrown off. But we are live here on the show, so let's jump right into the Bayley questions.
You know I'm the one who deserves to be the host of this show, not you.
Geez, coming in hot at me, co-mayor Alexa. I don't know what's gotten into you lately. But let's just jump right into the questions. All right, first question is, why you such a betch? Hey, Diva Marie, I told you not to go rogue on the interview questions.
Sorry, I totally had to. But just wait till you see the next card.
Whew, I apologize, co-mayor Alexa. All right, let's just get to the next question. All right, the next question is, Diva Marie, is that a picture of a unicorn using a hairdryer?
Yeah, isn't it totes cute?
All right, hey, Diva Marie, you had one job only, and that was to hold up the questions that I wrote for this show as I asked them.
This is just the shit show I expected.
All right, you know what? We'll just improv this section. All right, co-mayor Alexa, first question, actual question on Bayley. What is your favorite Bayley figure in the Lumberjillville collection?
I like the Elite Series 80 because it represents the moment Bayley was able to finally become herself, much like me today. Plus, it's her first heel figure, and I love heels.
OMG! I love you too, girl! Ah!
No, Diva Marie, you see, she meant something else. Never mind. Honestly, that's a great figure choice. However, I'm a little concerned by your reasoning there. I don't know. Co-mayor Alexa, are you turning heel on me?
What gives you the idea that I'm trying to overthrow you and become the sole mayor of LJV?
Hey, whoa. I never mentioned anything about you overthrowing me. God, Robo Tamina, I appreciate the music, but why are you literally just blowing into your horn right now?
I am not programmed to deal with awkward situations, and I assess the situation between you and co-mayor Alexa to be highly awkward.
You know what? I think we're ready for the review of Basic Series 121 Bayley. Comer, Alexa, and I have some talking we need to do. We got a lot of figuring out. All right, play us out, Robo Tamina. Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. So I'm super pumped today because I am going to be reviewing Basic Series 121 Bayley. And if you watch my channel, you know that I absolutely love Bayley. So without further ado, let's dive right in, taking a closer look at the packaging first. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging, and this, to be honest with you, is packaging worth keeping. I think it really stands out and pops compared to previous Basic lines. Now, the reasoning is this is the SummerSlam line here. So we got that SummerSlam logo in the top corner. We also have that blue and yellow color scheme. We got this awesome picture of Bayley looking all heelish. And then on the back, we have the rest of the line. So I did get an extra one to keep MOC, but obviously if my daughter wants it, it's all hers. But yeah, this packaging looks really good. So now let's take a closer look at the figure. Basic Series 121 Bayley. This attire is from SummerSlam 2020, which took place on August 23rd in Orlando, Florida, where Bayley successfully defended her SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka. It's important to note that at this night, she was accompanied by Sasha. So this face scan works excellent. Now, we first saw this in Elite Series 80, but once again, this works and really looks just like her. I also like that hairstyle, the heel Bayley hairstyle. The only thing is it's a tiny bit outdated because nowadays she kind of goes up in the back of her hairstyle and usually has a pattern shaved or a design in the back of her head, and that will be nice to see in the future. But for a basic scan, I'm glad that they reused that Elite Series 80 because this does look just like her, and it really catches her menacing heel persona very well. So moving on down to the attire, I am pretty ecstatic on this attire because holding it in hand might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but it is a metallic shiny type blue, and that gold that's accented throughout her attire is also metallic, and that is what that Elite Series 80 Bayley was missing, was that metallic shine to that yellow. So I absolutely love this paint application. So let's start off by looking at the top. As you can see here, we have that bluish green color. Very hard for me to see. Remember, I'm colorblind. But it is a metallic shine. We have that Bayley logo, which looks very cleanly applied here with gold and black. Turning her around, the detail doesn't stop there. We have gold straps going up the back of her top, painted on. Moving down to the lower body here, we have the Bayley role model logo on that right leg. Again, painted very intricately. And on the left leg, we have a combination of shapes and stars. And then her boots are just plain white. And she has blue knee pads that blend in. But I have to say, this attire to me, I think it's better than that Elite Series 80. That figure bothered me because the boots were gold and the rest of it should have been a gold or at least a metallic yellow, and it wasn't. So the fact that they applied metallic paint, we don't see that too often. So I'm pretty ecstatic. I think the attire really looks awesome and I love this figure. So now let's cover her articulation. Now remember, this is a basic figure, so just like all the women's basic figures, the articulation is pretty limited. But the only good news is with her ankles, she doesn't have that elite style ankle joint, which often comes very loose on the women's figures. So at least this one should stand a lot better. So her head doesn't have a whole lot of movement, to be honest with you. She can look right, look left, not really up and down. The shoulder has great range of motion on a ball joint all over the place. The elbow is a single jointed bend, can get to about 90 degrees. Her wrist can swivel. Her waist can swivel. Her hips can move in all different directions, so that's nice. And then we have a boot swivel. Now, when I first swiveled this boot, it popped really loud, so I'm glad it didn't break. But yeah, as you can see, the articulation is a little limited, but I'm okay with it because this figure looks amazing in my opinion, especially for a basic. So next, let's do a little comparison. On the left, we have Elite Series 80 Bayley, and on the right, we have the Basic 121. So just from looking at a distance, in my opinion, this is a tough call as to which one's better. Now, I know one's a Basic, one's an Elite, but that attire just really pops on that SummerSlam Basic. I really love that. Now, this is a very cool Elite, but like I mentioned before, that yellow should be a metallic type yellow or a gold, and it's not. Also, it's kind of hard to stand her up. She is very flat, if you look, very narrow near her toes, feet, and it's hard for her to stand. But they both look great. Now, obviously, with the Elite, we get that extra articulation. But on this Basic, it has enough articulation. Now, I was worried because the Basic is a reuse of the Zelina Vega Basic body that we also saw with Dakota Kai. And I thought it was going to be way too small. But as you can see, it's pretty close to being the same height as her Elite. Now, I know scale is kind of been thrown out the window, especially with the women's figures as of late. And that's okay. But if I get my Elite Series 83 Sasha Banks here and put her down next to Bayley, it looks good enough. Now, in real life, Sasha is a little shorter than Bayley, and this is pretty close. So these figures actually look pretty awesome displayed together. And here's one last look at Basic Series 121, Bayley. So overall, I give Basic Series 121 Bayley a score of a 9 out of 10. This is a tremendous Basic figure. Now, this is on a Basic grading scale, so keep that in mind. It's different than my Elite grading scale. Now, I am going to say the reason it's not a perfect 10 for a Basic is it is missing a little bit of details, like her hand tape, and also the boot is pretty plain. But that being said, this is an excellent Bayley figure, and I might actually prefer this over the Elite, believe it or not. So yeah, definitely go out and get this one. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figures, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I finally completed all of Sable's figures, so I'll be doing a history video on that this summer. But also, look for reviews of AEW Unrivaled Series 6, Sheeta, and also the Showdown 2-Pack Series 5, Trish and China very soon. Have a good night, y'all.